Today I want to do a mini class on the inverted world we live in as it pertains to politics. Yes, I'm going there. I'm going to talk about politics. I'm going to talk about Democrats and Republicans, so join me. Hi, this is Elisa from the Rebel Crone, and today's topic is going to be about the inverted world we find ourselves in as it pertains to politics. So let's start. I've got my handy whiteboard here. This is my ultra sophisticated class presentation mode. So enjoy. All right, so let's just start with the basic political categories we have in this country, right? We've got two. We have the Democrats and we have the Republicans over here. And then down here, let's just say the world and the information we're given, which is a message. This is the information we're given about the definition of these two, because this is where we're looking for our definitions, right? We're looking at definitions of who's what's going on. We're looking at the world. The world tells us through media, right? Through media, what's going on here. And what is the message? Oh, the message is all about being scared. Whoops. All about being scared. Oh, this is such a scary, scary thing. Here we've got this great divide, and we've got the Democrats over here, and they are all either actively participating in or complicit in child, eating babies and blood sacrifice and all these horrible, horrible, dark, black arts. And that's what the Democratic Party is about, right? And whether you're doing it actively, you know about it, or you're complicit in it, and you're evil. And then you got the Republican Party over here. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to change markers. And then we have the Republican Party over here. And oh my gosh, what a bunch of white racist fascists that are looking to just wipe out whole races of people, or at least get them the hell out of this country, because this is a white America and we want a dictator running this, and rah, 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 rah. Oh my God, what horrible, horrible people those Republicans are. And there's this whole self-righteous anger going back and forth because we're all getting fed by the media controlled powers that be. They're saying be scared, be very, very scared of each other. And we believe it. We believe these things. I am always so surprised that I have very intelligent, incredible friends that are aware of so much, yet they've jumped into these narratives. And this, I may not make myself real popular with them after this, but sorry, my perspective. Okay, so this whole narrative, well, we are living in an inverted world. So inversion, let's just do that. Let's just invert this whole thing. And what if this was the reality? Instead of scary stuff, we have the sacred. Right there we have the sacred, which is the flip of being scared. And the sacred is what's feeding into reality. It's all coming from one source. And when you deal with the sacred, you're not dealing with division. There is no division in sacredness, right? Sacredness is about inclusivity. It's about love. It's about unity. It's about one source. However you want to describe that source, it doesn't matter. There's one source of everything, and that comes from there. So if we invert it all and we look at maybe this whole descriptions and this whole narrative we're being fed through the media, what is that really about? What is that really about of flipping us against each other as opposed to being all of one nature? So think about this deeply. Every time you start pointing a finger at something else as being the bad guy, I'm just going to even take off these parameters. I'm going to take off all these boxes. I didn't take this whole thing off, in fact. Because here we are down here. And what if in our political arena, because that's what we have now, we'll have for a perceived amount of time because we haven't grown in consciousness to see or imagine beyond that. For reference, I did a video just before this, which is talking about having the audacity to dream a bigger dream. The call beyond seeing things the way it is. That'll take a little bit of time to play out for humanity to actualize a bigger dream. We have to first start dreaming it though. But in the meantime, we do have two parties. Okay, so that's the accepted parameters we're working within. Fortunately, unfortunately, just is. So what if instead of looking at it as a separation, we start looking at it as we're all one thing. We're all a product of not the scared, but the sacred. And within this, we have different ideas. And within this, we have basically two camps right now, the Dems, the Republics, and there's different worldly perspectives on it. It's not all this like crazy dark agendas with each one, which are being totally fueled from the inversion here. What if we just first take the first steps and go like, all right, let's start working it out together. We all want the same things, right? We all want to have affordable homes. Maybe a little home right here. We want all little affordable homes. We want a car or a vehicle we can get around in. We want education, that's not being bound by some religiosity. We want we can have a whole subject on education, but no matter what, we want education given, no matter no matter how faulty our educational system is or the information is being shared. This is a big rabbit hole we're in right now, a lot of offshoots of it. We want good food. Oh my gosh, we want healthy food that can be enjoyed and eat. We want clean air, a little cloud here, sunshine. We want to be able to have health and fitness, and people basically want to live a good life. We all want that, right? So what's the thing that binds us all together is that dream. That dream that is the dream that is our divine right. The divine right is to flourish, right? Is not to suffer and be diminished, is to flourish and expansion. We can't do that when we're separated in the inversion of this. This is not about expansion. This is about contraction, right? Everybody's like contraction in and fighting, and you can just feel that energies when you start thinking about the election coming up. Don't you just kind of like feel a tightening, whether it's in your gut or in your heart or in your mind or all three? There's a tightening with it, as opposed to how exciting it would be if it was all just about let's figure the best way of working it out. Yeah, there's going to be some arguments, there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be, conflicting opinions. It doesn't have to lead to conflict, though, right? It does not have to lead to conflict. It has to lead to let's try out different ideas. Does this idea work? Hey, it worked great. Wasn't mine? Oh well. Let's build on that. Another regime. another party comes in. 4 years later, instead of tearing it all down, let's keep building out of what's worked and what's right, and we can get building towards a common future, as opposed to tearing down and being so scared and everyone's just tearing down for tearing down's sake because the other party did. It's so back-asswards, right? Just so backwards. And it wasn't always like that, just even within my lifetime. Politics were very different a long time ago. As faulty as the system is, probably still power, still running it, but the agenda wasn't as far along, so there wasn't as much division, and people still had some semblance of, of wanting to work together in unity for a common goal. That's all gone now, totally gone. So if you want to think or be under the illusion that it's still all things are like working out, it's going to work out for the good and the best. It's not. We're not in that paradigm. We're in the inversion of it. And the inversion of it is entropy. The inversion of it is spiraling down. No matter what side you choose, it's spiraling down. This ship is going down. You've heard the expression, it's like rearranging the furniture on the deck of the Titanic. It don't matter if you put the lounger over there and the rocker over here, the rocker over there and the lounger over there. That baby's going down. The inversion of it, that whole thing is not built for life. It's not built for the divine evolution of humanity, which is what I believe in. And I believe why we're here in this realm and on this planet. That whole inversion is not about that. It's not about life and life affirming. Flip it around, now we have the sacred. Now we understand where our information, for one thing, needs to come from. As opposed to coming from the scared, get very scared, it's now coming from the sacred. And if we all start listening with our hearts, tuning our minds into it, of the message, the true message, then we can start to understand of how to move forward and how to dream the bigger dream and, give humanity a chance at what we're designed to be. I feel this is going to happen. I feel it's going to happen over time. How all that works out, who knows? It's up to us in every sense of that word. It is up to us to choose what reality that we want to live in and how we're going to interact. And if we buy into that old scared paradigm, we buy into the inversion, we keep accusing each side of stuff, whether it's absolute crazy insanity. I mean, either side is not fully based in what I outlined earlier. I don't even want to say it again, but all this belief about how evil the other side is, that's, maybe there's some people in each side that partake in whatever version of that, but it's not the bulk of it. The bulk of people are good. They've got good in their hearts. You look around, you look at your friends, your neighbor, your families, as many as there may be some faults with them, but basically people are good and they want to do the right thing. That is humanity, but it's been locked in this fear paradigm, the opposite of love, fear. It's been locked in this fear paradigm and letting that run the show. Well, it's time to stop that. And it's up to each one of us to start living in a different reality and stop this accusing each other of whatever craziness there is and look for the best in each other. Let's look for what binds us together in a beautiful way, the binds and bounds of love as opposed to being pitted against each other. Anyways, that is my message right now. The election is coming up fast on us within a week, I believe. Anyway, so timely message here. It's not, I voted and I have a preference. I have a preference within the limitations of what we're dealing with. One that I feel is going to be less, potential problems, maybe opening us up for more realistic changes as opposed to the other. Doesn't matter what that is. Doesn't matter to you what I voted. Doesn't matter to me what you voted. The main thing is where am I going to abide in? Where is my heart and my mind abiding? And it's abiding in a different reality. And let's go there with it. Vote if I recommend voting. I think there's different courses. Things are going to happen, but even though they're all going downhill, which one will take us down more slowly so we have enough time to meet the changes that need to happen? Anyways, thank you for listening. I hope that this is helpful in reframing a lot of this. I know to be true, but it really helps sometimes to hear it again and again and again so we can really just ingrain it in our consciousness, the consciousness of our hearts and minds and our beings so that we can start behaving and acting differently. It's really important. Anyways, I hope you have a great day and keep this in mind as you go forward of let's look at what's the best in each other and let's look at what really binds us together in a beautiful, beautiful, harmonious way. Well, that's it. Much love to you all. This is Elisa with the Rebel Crone. Be sure to like, be sure to share. And once again, peace from within always.